We're going to start the lesson. Just to start, I wanted to say thank you for being here. Grazie per essere qui. Today's lesson is going to be in English. So we'll try to have this lesson in English. Today's topic is going to be present simple. So it's a very basic topic. It's going to be easy just to start, just to refresh a little bit our grammar. I'm a little nervous. This is my first lesson and live, totally in English. So I'm a bit nervous, but I'm sure that you will help me calming down a little bit. Thank you for the bentornata. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy to be back. You were all very welcoming and yes, very sweet. I received so many messages from you all and I read all of them. Yeah, I'm very happy. So, this is also my first time using a new tool. So you need to tell me if you can see well and of course hear well. So and now, of course, it's not working. It's okay, Davide. It's okay if you cannot participate to the lesson. It's not a problem. You can always watch the video later. It's absolutely not a problem. I really don't know why it's not working. The presentation is not working. Okay. Here it is. So, all right. Okay, so today's topic is going to be present simple, as I said. So very easy. Let's start with an activity. So guys, I really need you to give me the answers, okay? So I'm going to ask you questions and I will expect you to write the answers, okay? So I'm reading the chat right now. So the first question is, how would you describe with a verb these actions? So what can you see in the pictures? There are 6 pictures. Okay. So for example, in the first picture, with a verb, what can we say? How can we describe the first picture? Let's see who's going to be the first telling me this. Well, there are so many students today. So let's say that the first verb is to sleep. To sleep. Exactly. Very good, Marta. Super. Romano, I see a man there who is sleeping. Very good. Second picture. What's the verb? Very good, Angelica. He's sleeping. So here you're using the present continuous, which is perfectly fine. Second verb is to. Let's see. So Martha was the first one, telling me the first verb. Who's going to be the next? To eat. Very good, Marta. Super. What about the third picture? The third picture, number 3, we have to. Very good. She's eating and he's sleeping. Super. In the third picture, get up. Very good, Giovanni. Yes, that's the third verb. What about the fourth? Yes, wake up also can be an option. To wake up or to get up. Very good. And then the next. So we wake up in the morning, we get up, and then what do we do? We, using the computer, we work. Very good, Caterina, we work. And the fifth picture, to get up, already done. Yes, you can say to write on the personal computer. Yes, the person is writing, so also to write can be another option. Typing, very good. Wow, you know so many words, so many verbs. To drive, fantastic, very good, Caterina and Marta. Super. And the last picture, what is this person doing? What's the verb behind the picture? So this person is doing something that you also do, I think, every day with English, to study. Exactly, very good. To study. So, how often do we do these things, these actions? How often? Of course, we sleep, we get up, we eat, we study, hopefully. And drive, let's say, also can be something that, and of course work, something that we do every day, right? Exactly, every day, Andrea, super. So this is something that we do every day. All right, so we can call these things, there's a word that we can use to describe these actions. Actions we do every day. Do you remember? It starts with letter R. Do you remember the word? We're talking about routines. Routines, habits. All right. Yes, to describe things that we do every day or on a daily basis, we use the frequency of verbs. Very good, Angelica. Yes. Daily routines. Fantastic, Daniele. Exactly. So to describe our daily routines, our habits, we need to use a specific verb tense, which is called the present simple. Okay? So for example, I eat lunch at 12 o'clock every day. I'm describing a routine. I'm describing a habit I have. Would you tell me a sentence using the present simple in order to describe one personal routine you have? Would you write a sentence? Let's see who's going to be the first in this case. Ciao Simone, welcome to this lesson. Ready to tell me the sentence? I study English every day. Very good, Romano. Super, that's correct. Remember to write I and English with capital letters. But apart from that, your sentence was perfectly fine. Come on, the next. It's going to be the next. I wake up at 8 every day. Super. That's also correct. I sleep about 7 hours per night. Per night, Marta. Very good. I read every day. What do you read, Daniela, every day? Do you read the newspaper? Do you read a book? I drive the car in the morning. Super, very good. Fantastic. Exactly. So these are all examples of present simple sentences. So perfectly fine. All right, let's go on with another activity, which is very useful because most of the students tell me that it's very hard for them to create sentences that are correct. So one of my suggestions is to create chunks. Chunks in Italian would be pezzi di frase, all right? Which are always correct. So a verb and a noun that goes together with it. For example, read magazines, read a newspaper every day, read English books. So now here you can see that I wrote plenty of verbs. Let's try to add a noun or a phrase in order to create a chunk, a pezzo di frase that we can use multiple times. So in the meantime, I'm reading your messages. I wake up every morning at 7 o'clock. Very good, Ugo. I drive from home to work every day for an hour. Oh, okay, so there's a specific verb for this, Angelica, and it's to commute. To commute means going from home to your office, to your work. It's to commute. I eat 3 times a day. I study English every day, and I practice sports twice a week. Fantastic, Daniela, very good. I study English every day, Greta, fantastic. So come on, let's try to create a chunk using, for example, the verb to go. Who's going to be the first? To go to the office, to go running. What else? To go to school, to the supermarket. We have multiple options. Go to work. Very good. Go to work. Very good, Romano. Go for a walk. Great. That's another chunk that we can use multiple times. Very good, Elsa. Go to the park. Yes. Great, Caterina. Go to the supermarket. Every morning I go to my office. Very good. Let's choose another verb. Let's say, for example, to have. The verb to have. What would you add to create a chunk using the verb to have? Go shopping. Fantastic, Paola. Yes. To go shopping. That's another option. So that's a very interesting activity that you can also do at home on your notebook. Let's try to write single verbs and then brainstorm nouns or phrases to complete the verb. This would help you a lot. When you will talk, everything will come to your mind straight away because you would have already done the job to create the chunks before. Go to the supermarket, go to the beach. Great, with have dinner, have breakfast, go abroad. Very good. Have to go is a bit different because in this case it means I have to, it means io devo, which is correct. So yes, we can also say that. Have breakfast, have a sister, have 2 daughters, have a shower, we can say, or have a bath, have a swim, have a dog, have a cat, whatever. Very good. Okay, let's go on with another activity. All right. So in this case, we have a text about a person. This person's name is Alex. All right. We need to read the text together and complete the text with verbs. Okay. In the correct form, of course. So, my name is Alex. I'm from England, but I'm in Tokyo. What verb would you write there? I have a cat. Very good, Maria. I have a pen. Super. So you know a lot of chants already. Exactly, Greta. So I live in Tokyo. Super, Marta. I was born in Tokyo. Yes, that would be correct. But we're not doing the past simple now. We're doing the present simple. Okay, Romano. So maybe next lesson. So you wouldn't be living, okay, because we're not talking about actions that are in progress now. We're talking about permanent situations, okay? So, of course, he's from England, but he lives in Tokyo, okay? This is a permanent situation for him. Okay, it's not just a period of time. Okay, so this would be the difference between the two sentences. Of course, you can say, I'm from England, but I'm living in Tokyo. But in this case, it would mean that the situation is going to change soon. Okay, this is not permanent with the present continuous, but with the present simple, it means that this person, Alex, lives in Tokyo and wants to remain in Tokyo. Okay, I'm a journalist. I for an English language magazine. What's the verb here? Work for an English language magazine, yes, of course. And I about life in Japan. Very good, guys. Work. Daniela, your sentence was good. I have 2 dogs. Their names are Lucy and Kelly, because we're talking about 2 dogs and so 2 names. That's why we need to use the verb are. And I talk about, yes, very good, Stefania, yes, or I write, as Greta said. I early every day, around 7 o'clock. Do you remember the verb? I. Very good, Romano. I write. I early every day. I wake up early every day. Sure. Or I get up early every day around 7 o'clock. And what can we say here? What do you usually do in the morning? You wake up and then usually we have a coffee or have breakfast. What would you say? So wake up and get up are both suitable. Have breakfast, so I have breakfast, and home at 7:45. What can we say here? What verb would you use? Well, yes, Romano, I take the car, but careful, we're we're now facing the previous sentence. I go home. We are at home. He is at home. So he has breakfast, and then so I leave home. Very good, Stefania. I leave home at 7:45 a.m. Exactly. So I buy car. I look after. Do you know what does look after mean? What does look after mean? Do you know that? I go to work by car. Yes. I drive by car. I wouldn't say so. Yes, I go by car. It would be better. All right. 1 hour later. My home is very far from my office. So I go by car, and then 1 hour later. I arrive 1 hour later. Yes, that would be cool. Correct. Or I can also say I get to work 1 hour later. Both of them will be correct. My home is very far from my office. Every day at 6 o'clock p.m. I go back 1 hour later. No, we're talking about the commuting. So I arrive because it takes 1 hour for him to get to work. No, we're talking about the afternoon now. I finish every day at 6 o'clock. Yes, Caterina, I would say finish. Exactly, Angelica. Look after means badare, prendersi cura. So I'm not sure that this would be the right verb in this context. We are talking about the afternoon, so I finish every day at 6 o'clock p.m. I go to bed late at 11 o'clock. All right. So let's go on with the next exercise. All right, so still about the previous text. In this case, we have 5 sentences. We're talking about Alex, but careful. We need to change the verbs a little bit, okay? Because in this case, we're not using the first person singular, I, but we're using the third person singular, he. We're talking about him, okay? So, Alex at 7 o'clock. Wakes up. Very good. So we need to add the S at the end of the verb. So Alex wakes up at 7 o'clock. He home at 7:45. So we can say wakes up or gets up. But we don't have to forget the S at the end of the verb. He home at 7:45. Super, Stefania. Very good, Luciano. Great job, Caterina. You're doing well. Very good. Well, the verb we were using before was the verb to leave, right? So exactly, Stefania. He leaves home at 7:45. Be careful on how you are writing the verb to leave, because we have to leave in a city, for example, I live in Milano, or leave, lasciare. Okay, so leaves, exactly, Elsa and Daniela, super. He to work by car. He arrives to work by car. I don't remember if that was the right one. It switches a little bit, yes, you can say it, or he goes to work by car. I think this would be better, yes. He goes to work by car, yes. He to work at 8:45. Remember, for him, it was 1 hour commuting. It took 1 hour for him to work. So the verb here, fourth sentence, was he goes to work at 8:45, yes, or we can say he gets to work at 8:45, or he arrives to work at 8:45. All right. He goes back home at 6 o'clock. Yes, so he gets home at 6 o'clock. He arrives home at 6 o'clock. All of them are possible options. Exactly. Very good. Let's go on. Okay, so to sum up a little bit, the present simple, we use the present simple to talk about habits and actions we do regularly. Okay? So for example, our daily routines. I wake up at 7 o'clock, as we said, right? But we also use the present simple to describe general truths. Okay, so for example, the sun rises every morning. Okay, or the sun, I don't know, summer is usually very hot. Okay, general truth. Okay, so things that are commonly true, sorry. And then to describe permanent situations. Okay, so as we said before, things that are not going to change. So for example, when you talk about your name, or the fact that you have a dog or a cat, or the fact that you have a daughter or a son or a husband or a wife. Okay, in these cases, we're going to use the present simple. Okay, just to sum up a little bit. So this is also very important. This is the most important thing that we have to remember when we use the present simple. Okay, to add the S at the third person singular. So when we're using he, she, or it as subjects. Okay, so we need to take the verb and add the S at the end. So there are some special verbs ending with SS, SH, CH, X, or O. For example, miss, to miss, mancare. At the third person singular, we cannot add another S, okay? Because in English, we cannot have 3 times S, all right? So that's why we add E in the middle. So it becomes he misses, okay? Or the verb to wash, he washes. Or, I don't know, to fix, she fixes. Okay, so we need to add the E in the middle. All right. Then we have 2 other cases to consider. So, for example, when we have a verb ending with consonant and then Y. Okay, in this case, we need to add, to cancel the Y and to write IES at the end of the verb. And there are some other verbs still ending with Y, but before the Y there's a vowel. In this case, we don't have to modify the verb, we just add the S at the end. Alright? So we are talking about the third person singular. So we're just talking about he, she, and it. When these three subjects are in a sentence, we need to change the verb a little bit. Okay? So, for example, the verb to play. The verb to play has the Y, all right? But before the Y, there's a vowel. So we don't modify the verb, we just add the S at the end. All right? She plays the flute. She plays the piano. Exactly. Now let's practice a little bit. To play becomes she plays. All right? As we said. So we don't modify the verb, we just add the S. To wash becomes he. You tell me. So the second verb, he. Let's see who got the rule. He washes. Very good, Romano. He washes. That's the correct spelling. Super, Kairi. Yes, and Katerina. Very nice answers. Then to drive. That's very easy. We just need to add the S. Exactly. Kairi-sama. Yes. To drives. He drives. To fly. To fly, like the bird, for example. Think about the bird. The bird flies. Very good. So we need to modify the verb a lot in this case because we have a consonant. To help. Great job. To help. Come on, the last. Fantastic, Daniela. Yes. And Romano. Great. Super. Drives. Flies. What about to help? Very easy peasy. Drives. Very good, Marta. Okay. Let's go on with the next activity we're going to do today. So, we have a sentence, positive sentence, affirmative sentence. Peter goes to school by bus. Okay, so of course we had to modify the verb because this verb was ending with O. All right, so we had to add es at the end. If we need to change the sentence into negative, what would you do? What would you say? Peter? So. So negative sentence, Peter to school by bus. So negative sentence, third person singular, don't forget, we need to write yes, exactly Massimiliano, very good. So Peter doesn't go to school by bus. Fantastic, Loredana, super, very good, Anna Maria. So now the question. So now we need to change the sentence into a question. So the sentence we have into a question. Do you remember what we have to do? Let's see. Who's the first? Ooh, Daniela, be careful. Goesn't. Cannot work. Does not go or doesn't go. Exactly, Anna Maria. Does Peter go to school by bus? Very good. Romano, be careful. Does Peter go? Okay, since we have the S on the auxiliary verb, we don't need the S on the verb. Okay, so does Peter go? The S on goes disappears. Does Peter go? Does Peter go? Fantastic. Let's go on. So you can see the question, the sentences here. All right. Let's stop. Okay. So another exercise to do together today to practice the questions. Okay, so we need to make questions using these prompts, and then we need to give an answer based on the info in the picture. So let me give you the example. So in this case, we have Giovanni play guitar in the afternoon. So we need to create the question first. Does Giovanni play guitar in the afternoon? From the picture, we can understand that Giovanni doesn't play guitar in the afternoon. Giovanni plays the piano in the afternoon. Okay, so is it clear the activity we have to do now? We create the question, we give the answer based on the picture. Okay, so let's try with this. It's your turn. I'm not gonna talk. Who starts with this activity? We're talking about this lady here. We're talking about something she does. Does she walk after lunch? Fantastic. It's okay, Angelica. Yes, you can go. No worries. Yes, we're gonna do it again for sure. For sure. If you enjoyed, I mean, for me it was a pleasure. So yes. Does she walk after lunch? Great. Well, what's the answer here? Still a negative answer. So she doesn't. She doesn't walk after lunch. Very good, Stefania. Because she runs, or she goes running after lunch, or she goes jogging after lunch. Very good. Let's go on. Does she walk after lunch? Fantastic, guys. Yes. They were all correct. No, she runs. So what about this picture here? Come on. What about this picture? with the bus? Let's see who's going to be the first telling me the correct form of the question, the answer. Do they ride their bikes every day to work? You forgot. So, do they ride their bikes to work every day? Very good. What's the answer? There's not a bike in the picture. There's something else. What's in the picture? Do they ride their bikes to work every day? No, they go by bus. Yes. Yeah, very good. Careful, Romano, because are they right is kind of a mix between present simple and continuous. We're doing present simple today. So do they ride their bikes every day? No, they take the bus. Well, they drive the bus. I don't know if they're bus drivers. Do they ride their bikes to work every day? Great. Fantastic. Let's go on. They go by bus. Fantastic, Loredana. Yes, Daniela. Very good. Your sentence is perfect. What about this? What about this? Who's gonna try? Do they ride their bikes to work every day? No, they don't. They take the bus. Can you say they use the bus? You don't use the bus. You take the bus. But also in Italian, you cannot say io uso il bus, io uso l'autobus. Can you say that? I don't know. Not sure. Maybe yes, but not in English. Does your grandmother listen to the radio every Sunday? Stefania, you were the first. No, she goes to the movies. Winner. Does your grandmother listen to the radio every Sunday? Fantastic. Well done. Well done. All right. Oh, uso l'autobus per andare in ufficio. Yes, maybe you can say it. I don't know. It's not very, maybe common for me to say uso l'autobus, but not in English. Does your mother listen to the radio every Sunday? No, she goes to the cinema. Romano, very good. That's correct. Would you like to try with this one also? Super, Stefania. You were the winner, yes. Yes. No, she doesn't. She goes to the cinema. Very good, Paola. Fantastic, Daniela. Yes. You want to try with this? Daniela, careful, because your grandmother is the third person singular. We're talking about a lady. We're talking about she. So we need to use does, the third person singular. Yes. Does your grandmother listen to the radio? Yes. Exactly. In the answer you said no, she. So remember, she goes to the cinema because it's the third person singular. No, it's okay. It's okay. But yes, pay attention because you forgot the S on the auxiliary verb in the question. So we're talking about their friend Luca. So what's the question? Do or does? What would you say? Do your friend Luca? Does your friend Luca? Come on. Does their friend Luca clean his house on Mondays? So, Caterina, you were the winner this time. No, he doesn't. Okay. He's tired. Yes. The answer was no, he plays football, but it's okay. You can also say he's tired. Does their friend Luca clean his house on Monday? No, he doesn't. He plays football. Very good, Paola. Their friend Luca is the third person singular, so don't forget does instead of do. Exactly. Exactly. All right. Loredana, be careful. In the question, we need to use does, okay? And in the answer, you said, no, he doesn't. So that's perfectly fine. And then he plays. So don't forget does, okay? Does their friend Luca clean his house? He plays football, Romano. Very good. Then you corrected yourself. Sorry. Does their friend Luca clean his house on Mondays? Mariella, very good. Does your grandmother, Ugo, don't forget. Okay. No, she's used to follow TV series. Okay, yes, that's an alternative. So what about this picture here? Your children, do or does? What would you say? Do your children, does your children? Come on. Who's going to be the winner this time? Who's going to be the fastest this time? Do your children watch the TV after school? Very good, Giovanni. Yes. Exactly. So what's the answer? Very good, Greta. Do your children? Yes. Because we're talking about they. We're talking about them. They is the subject. Do your children watch TV? Yes. What's the answer? They don't watch TV after school because yes, we can say they draw, they do their homework. Very good, very good. No, they don't. Okay, so the last activity we're going to do today is this. What's the question? Okay, so we need to guess the question. We have the answers, but we don't have the questions. So I'm going to give you an example. The sentence is, her name is Mariana Guevara. Okay, so the question to this sentence would be, what is her name? Right? What is her name? Her name is Mariana Guevara. So now it's your turn. The sentence, the answer is, my favorite actor is Bruce Willis. What's the question? It's okay, Paola, very good. Draw. Yes, Maria, do your children. Fantastic. What about this activity now? Let's try. Who wants to start? What is your favorite actor? Well, it's not 100% correct because an actor is a person. So instead of what, I would prefer using another WH question. that is, let's see. His Jake is Bruce Willis. What is his Jake? I don't know. So who, exactly. Who is your favorite actor? Yes, instead of what is your favorite actor. You can say, what is your favorite movie? What is your favorite film? Okay, but if we're talking about a person, we may use who. Okay, so who is your favorite actor? Very good. So I go to school on Thursday. What's the question here? Number 2. Who wants to try the second? So on Thursday. Why is your favorite actor? Yeah, but remember that the answer was not because. In the answer, you couldn't find any because, any reason. When you go to school. Okay, something is missing, Greta. Be careful. When you go to school, remember? Careful, Stefania, you're making the same mistake. So we need to use also the auxiliary verb in the questions. Remember from the previous exercise? Where we're not talking about a place here. We're talking about a moment. We're talking about a day. So instead of saying where, we would use when. When do you go to school? Fantastic. Elsa, when do you go to school? Then the answer is, I go to school on Thursday. Okay. Brenda lives in England. What's the question here? An answer, when did you start again to learn to teach English here on YouTube? Well, I've started. We're here. We are here, Loredana. When do you go to school? Remember, the auxiliary verb is very important. We don't have to forget it. Where does Brenda live? Fantastic, Giovanni. Where does Brenda live? Brenda lives in England. Okay, so still 2 sentences and then we stop for today. They are from Russia. What's the question here? Very good, Romano. Where does Brenda live? Where does Brenda live, Caterina? Where do you live, Brenda? But Brenda is not giving the answer because we are talking about Brenda. All right. They are from Russia. Where is Brenda? I don't know. But Brenda is from England. Okay, so where is correct, Romano? What else? We're talking about a group of people. So the subject here is they. We're talking about them. Where are they from? Very good. Very good, Greta. Where are they from? Super, Stefania and Paola. And the last, she plays the piano every day. So what's the question here? The answer is every day. Okay, so the focus is there, on every day. Where are they from? Yes? Where are they from, Luciano? Careful, where are they from? So what about the last sentence, number 5? So, How often does she play the piano? Super, Greta. Yes. Very good. Very good. All right. Yes. Let's stop the lesson here for today. I enjoyed the lesson very much. Okay. Thank you very much for coming. Yes. I hope it was interesting for you all and useful. Please give me feedbacks if you want online, and yeah, follow my page, subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. My lessons are for free. Okay, I'm also on Instagram and Facebook if you want. I'm back. Okay, so I will keep going with my lessons, and I will save this lesson here. I will try to have a live lesson every 2 weeks. Let's keep it positive. Let's say every 2 weeks. And if I can do it more often, better. That will be better for me and for you, I'm sure. But yes, thank you very much. And see you next time. Ciao, bye-bye. It was nice to meet you too, Giovanni.